This video will show you how to use our nutrition meal planning system. So you will receive a nutrition guide that's proportioned to your daily caloric intake. So from that, you're going to want to have 3 meals a day, a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner, and 2 protein shakes during that day to get the correct amount of macros, protein, carbs, and fat. So we have the meals in 4 categories. We have vegetables, which we have actually split out from carbs. We have carbs, which are more starchy items such as potatoes, rice, beans, oatmeal. And then we have our proteins, which are mostly lean meats and eggs, dairy products. And then we have our fats, which are mostly nut butters and oils. So also avocados. So what you would do, and these are color coded. So for breakfast and lunch, you would pick 1 veggie from the list, 1 carb, and 1 protein. And then you could actually create meals from those 3 items. For dinner, we're going to substitute out the carb with the fat. So we're going to have 1 protein, 1 veggie, and 1 fat. You want to make sure that you split up those throughout the day, and then you also split up protein drinks in between. You could sort of eat that in any order and a little closer together if you're fasting in the morning. However, we do recommend that one of these protein shakes are taken after your workout. On the back of that meal planning guide is actually a shopping list builder. So if you put in the list over here what you're actually using for breakfast, lunch, and dinners, this guide over here will just make a shopping list of how many you need to make that meal for the entire week. The reason for that is to make it kind of simple. One good idea is to just sort of meal prep these meals beforehand. So I'm going to kind of tell you how I do it. What I'll do is on Sundays I'll usually cook a fish meal on Sunday. And one reason is I like to cook that and eat that same day, because fish doesn't seem to keep throughout the week, or isn't good to freeze for the most part. So what I'll usually do is I'll pick 2 meals, 2 different breakfasts, 2 different lunches, 2 different dinners, and then I will prepare them as meal prep those and make those for the week. So then I'll alternate. Monday I'll eat one, Tuesday I'll eat the second one, then Wednesday I'll go back to the first one and just sort of eat them every day, Monday through Saturday. And then what I sometimes do is actually make 2 weeks worth, a week's worth of each of those meals, and then freeze half of it, and then do it again the next week, and then come 2 weeks later, then go ahead and pick a couple other meals. It's a real good way to make it really simple and easy to do during these 6 weeks. One thing I did want to mention on this guide, just a few other items, is you'll see that in the column here of the item, over to the left is actually the quantity. So for these items you could have 1 cup. For these items you could have 2 cups. And for these it's just 1 item. So you'll kind of see the quantity on the left and the item down the middle, and that kind of gives you a sample plan of what you could do over on the right. Now we've also created a cookbook that is proportioned for your caloric intake. So this cookbook, you'll see here, has a number of breakfasts, lunches, dinners, and then some shake recipes and some salad dressing recipes in here as well. So you can actually pick any of these menu items, and they'll be specifically proportioned to your caloric intake. At the very bottom of this will be some meal prepping guides that you can kind of get the whole week done in about 90 minutes. As you go through here, what you could do, and this is what I was talking about, I picked like two breakfast recipes, two lunch recipes, two dinner recipes, and then kind of made them, prep them for sort of 2 weeks through. And from this, you can get some great meal ideas that are perfectly proportioned. And then if you're making like 3 of them, you'll just triple the recipe, or two and triple your recipe. And if you're cooking for your family, this is great, just good food. So you can definitely make this for everybody, kids, adults, everyone. So it's just a nice, easy way for us to do this meal plan.